Today, we will talk about leadership lessons from Verghese Kurien, widely known as the father of white revolution in India. He is best known for building the dairy cooperative brand Amul and transforming India's dairy industry. However, his real contribution was not just improving milk production, but demonstrating how visionary and empowering leadership can transform an entire sector and uplift millions of farmers. He transformed India from a milk deficient country into the world's largest milk producer. He played a key role in building Amul, which became one of the most successful farmer owned cooperatives around the world. But Koreans' greatest achievement was empowering rural farmers by giving them ownership, decision making power, and fair economic opportunities. His leadership created a sustainable system that continues to benefit millions of farmers even today. He was born in 1921 in Kozhikode, Kerala. He studied mechanical engineering and later specialized in dairy engineering from the US. After returning to India, he was assigned to a government dairy project in Anand, Gujarat. Interestingly, Karyan initially had little interest in working in the dairy sector and he even planned to leave the job. However, his time in Anand soon became the starting point of a leadership journey that would change India's dairy industry forever. Karyan's career changed when he met Tribhuvan Das Patel, a local leader organizing farmers. At that time, farmers were heavily exploited by private traders and middlemen who controlled milk prices and supply chains. He realized that the real problem was not technology, but the lack of organization and leadership among farmers. He decided to support the farmers' cooperative movement, and this decision eventually led to the creation of Amul cooperative model, which transformed India's dairy sector. When he began working in Anand, the dairy sector faced several major challenges. Milk production in India was very low, and farmers were often underpaid by middlemen who controlled the supply chain. Because farmers were scattered and unorganized, they had almost no bargaining power. Solving this problem required more than technical expertise. It required strong leadership capable of organizing millions of farmers and building a system they could trust. Korean took on this challenge and worked towards creating a cooperative system owned by the farmers themselves. One of his greatest leadership qualities was his vision. At a time when India was dependent on imported milk powder, he believed that the country could become self sufficient in milk production. His vision to create a cooperative system where farmers would own their dairy institutions instead of corporations or middlemen controlling them. Under this model, farmers collectively managed production, processing, and distribution. This vision eventually led to the success of Amul Cooperative and laid the foundation for the White Revolution in India. Another key aspect of Korean's leadership was empowerment. Instead of controlling the system himself, Korean ensured that the farmers became the owners of the cooperative. They had voting rights, participated in decision making, and shared the profits generated by the cooperative. This democratic structure created a strong sense of ownership, trust, and responsibility among farmers, which made the cooperative model highly sustainable. His leadership shows that empowering people can create stronger and more resilient organizations. Great leaders do not just solve problems temporarily, they build institutions that last. Korean helped establish the National Dairy Development Board, which helped expand dairy development across the country. Through strong institutions like NDDB and Amul Cooperative Network, he created a system that could continue to grow even beyond his lifetime. His leadership demonstrates that true leadership is about building systems that can create long term impact for a society.
Operation Flood, the game changer. In 1970, Dr. Kurien launched what remains the world's largest dairy development program. Before this, rural producers were isolated. Kurien built a national milk grid that connected the remote farmer directly to the urban consumer. By cutting out the predatory middlemen, he ensured that the flood wasn't just about milk volume, it was a flood of fair income returning to the villages. The White Revolution. So, the result of the Operation Flood was a total transformation of the Indian landscape. We went from being a nation that relied on imports to becoming the number one milk producer in the world. But the real revolution wasn't just in the stainless steel vats, it was in the rural economy. Infrastructure grew, poverty declined, and dairy became a primary source of stable income for millions of households. Ethical leadership. How did he keep such a massive machine running without it collapsing into corruption? Integrity. Korean was famously stubborn when it came to ethics. He stood firm against political pressure because he believed the cooperative must serve the farmer. This slide reminds us that without a foundation of trust, a movement of this scale simply cannot survive. Leadership lessons. So, what can we take away from our own careers? First, empowerment over control. Korean didn't give the farmers a handout, he gave them the keys to the factory. Secondly, he built for the long haul. He didn't just solve a 1950s problem, he built the NDDB so the system would outlive him. A great leader makes themselves replaceable by building strong institutions. Furthermore, we can see that vision is a multiplier. While others saw a milk shortage, Korean saw a global leader. And finally, integrity is your currency. In any collaborative effort, trust is the only thing that scales. When the farmers knew that Korean wouldn't sell them out, they gave him their full cooperation. To wrap up, Dr. Korean's life proved that leadership isn't about the title on your business card or the power you yield. It's about the systems you create to lift others up. He didn't just change the way India drank milk, he changed the way millions of people viewed their own potential. As we reflect on his legacy, ask yourself, are you building a kingdom or are you building an institution that empowers others? Thank you.